So welcome everyone to this webinar. My name is Edolf Hilary Topel and I'm from the Vision team. So the topic that we're going to cover in this webinar is an overview of solutions, blabs, task, forums and drive. Now in this webinar we're going to learn the following. Say how to add content under solutions, how to use blabs to chat and collaborate with your staff or teams, how to create and automate tasks for your staff, setting up of forums so you can increase interaction with your end users, and how to store files in Drive and define access. Now, so let's go to the solutions module. Now in this solutions, we'll see how you can add content under solutions. Now this question might arise, what are solutions? Solutions are knowledge base articles where you can say add documents. It can be like a self-help article, so your end users can refer to them, and you can also use it for your staff. So now let's see how we can create a category and set its visibility, and then we'll know how you can add the article and set its permission. And then when you're adding the article, so while your end user is replying, so the article would also come under the article suggestions. And we'll also learn how you can use these articles, say while your staff replies to an incident. Now let me show you how you can say in the software add and create a category. So first you need to come to this solutions, this module, and then in this drop down, click on this drop down. Here you have an option where you can add category. So click on this add category. Now here you can say give the title. Say for example, you can create different categories. Let's say I'm creating say a category as say help file. And then I can add in a certain description. So I'm adding this description, and then you can say here you can define the order by, that is this will be the order in which the articles, when you add under this category, so how would they be displayed? Say the newest one would be displayed first, or else you want this old first, so you can select this accordingly. Here this display order, this is for the category, you can select that, and here you can define the visibility mode, whether you want it to be visible to say everyone logged in clients, or say only to your staff members. So this can be used as an internal knowledge base. Then you click on this add option. So you are creating a category. Now we have created that category and it's come here. This is the category that I've created. Now let's say you want to add an article. So click on this add article option. Now over here, first you can select under which category you want to add this article. Say I want to add this, say under this help file for the customers. So I've selected this category. Now here, say I'm giving this title. So and then the URL would come where you're adding this title, it would fetch the URL. You can add some keywords over here. So this helps you say for example, let me just add a keyword. And then you can add a content. You're adding this content over here. Now below you can define say permissions. For example, if you want to say allow comments, so you can keep this as checked. If you want to allow ratings, if you want to set this as a featured article, so you can tick this options. So you can define the permissions over here, then you click on this add option. So once you do that, so you will add an article has been added under that category. So you can just go to this option. Now here you can see I've added that article over here. Now your end user, while they are in this client portal, they can click on this solutions. So on the solutions here, they can find, say, the solutions, different categories over here. So this we have already created, and we have created this one newly. Now by going inside this article, so here they can find the article. If they like the article, they can also just give a like. So they can click on this option, and they can even give a comment over here. Okay. Now say while they come on the submit incident option, now over here in the submit incident, say in this subject, when you're in the subject, if you type a particular keyword that is, say, there in that article, so that would come under this article suggestion, and you can select the article that you want to. Example, if I want, so I can refer to this article. So your end user, they can refer to this article before they submit an incident. So this can reduce the load that is created by, say, incidents on the staff. Your end user would also find their solutions, say, before they raise an incident, so they can find it. So this option of article suggestion, you can enable this from the admin settings. Then we'll go to the incident. Now in this manage portal, in this incident, while you're clicking, say, on this reply, now this, while your staff is responding back to an incident, so the staff would click on, say, reply all. Now over here you can see there is search solutions or articles. Now say by typing a particular keyword, it would suggest an article. So your staff, they can add this entire article in this reply, and you can also use this as a canned response. You also have an option where, say, you want to just give the URL of this article, so you can even add that, and you can send a reply to your end user. Now we'll be moving to the Blabs module. Now what is Blab? Now Blab is where you can, say, share message and files with your staff, or you can create a group or a team, and say it's used for collaborating with your staff members or with a particular team. Now one of the advantage of this Blab is that you don't have to use a third party messaging system. So everything what you're sharing, say important say logins and all, is safe in the Blab. Now we'll learn like how you can use a Blab to send a message or a file, say with your staff or group. You can then we'll also see how we can create a group. Now say you need to come to this Blabs, so click on Blabs, and then in this drop down you can click on this new Blab. Now here you can share it, say, with a particular staff member. So you can select that staff and you want to share in a message with that staff. So you can type message, and you can also attach a file, and you can just click this as send. So this particular staff would be getting a Blab, and they can communicate with you. So this is real-time communication. For example, some of the communications that I've done, like say this, the administrator and this particular staff user. So over here, as you can see, you can also share in a file. Now if you click on this option here, you can find different groups created. Now let's see how we can create a group. So you need to click on this create group option. Now here you can say give the name for the group. You can then add staff under this group. Say for example you want to add this staff member, so you can click on add and you have created a group. Then create this group option. Now that will be visible over here. So you can have a communication with a group and the members that you've added in this group. Then the next module that we have is the task. Now here we learn how you can create a task for your staff as well as your teams. So using this task management, you can divide work and you can assign this task to the staff member, or else you can assign it to a particular team. Now then we'll learn how you can add a new task, what are the types of the task, and how you can automate this task using the task automation. Now we'll come to the task module over here. Click on this task. Go to this drop down. Click on this add new task. In this you can see there are the type of the task. One is a one-time task. Another is a recursive task. So this can be a simple task. Say it occurs one time, you wanted your staff or particular team to do this. A recursive task can be a task that say occurs regularly. For example, you want to monitor say servers, so you can assign it to a support admin or else a technical team, so you want them, so you can create a recursive task. Now let me add a task for you. You can add in a description, so where you can describe this task in details. Now let's consider with an example, say when a new employee joins the organization. So you can say when that employee is joining the organization, so you can give this, you can assign that task say to the HR, where the HR would allocate say an identity card to that particular staff, that new employee who's joined in. Now here you can define the priority. Say you can define the priority. Here you can define the start date and the end date. Now you can assign this to the concerned staff. Like suppose if this staff is responsible for the HR activities, so you can assign it to the staff, or else you can assign it to the particular team, and you can click on the option. So a task is created to that assigned. You can check the task that you have created under this list, and as you can see, you can also see the progress of this task, like say it's in progress, or some task that has become overdue, or task that has yet to be started. You can check that. Under this recursive task option, like say for example server monitoring, which has to be performed by your admin regularly. So here you can check say the title I have given. I've already created this, the priority. I can assign it say to the support team or the technical team. Define the start date, end date. Here you have the schedule that you want to define, whether it's say occurring daily, weekly, yearly. And here you can define this due time, and here just define this and click on this update option. So what you have done, you have created a task that is a recursive task. It occurs regularly, and you can find it under this option. Then you can go to the admin settings, where say you want to automate this, you want to say create task. So under task automation, under this automation, you go to this task automation here. Now let's consider an example where, say, the same example where a new joinee joins the company. So I've given this title. Now in this event, I can select, say, whenever a new incident comes in. Now this is based on events, criterias, and the action. It would be the task that I've created. Now let's say this is a new event, and under criteria, I've selected subject contains new joinee. So whenever ticket comes in with subject with new joinee, so that would directly be assigned this task. So to add a task, you need to click on this add task option. So here you can define the title, the description, you can select the priority, and you can assign it to the staff who is responsible to carry out this work. Now, and just click on this update option, so you'll be doing that. Now the next module is the forums. Now in this forums is a place where you can provide a platform for discussion with your end users, so you could come to know their views, their suggestions, and that would help you to serve them better. Now let's take an example. Now say under this forums, like let's go like adding a forum category, and then you can add a forum topic under this category. Now let's take an example. Go to this forums option, click on this forum option. Now over here you first need to add a category. So let's take an example. Say you have a company and you provide softwares. So you're creating a forum category as software, and then under that software category you're adding the software, say let's say an XYZ software, and under that particular software you can have discussions or topics related to that particular software. Let's say, for example, under this software category, I have created a forum as this, by this name, and over here if I click on this forum, here I could find the topic that I've created. Like say I'm asking the end user, like, what do you like about this particular software? So here we can find that the customer has responded. Now your end user, they can go to this forums option and they click on this forums, so they would find different categories, and under different categories they would find different forums, and if they click on that particular forum, so they could find the topics related to that forum. So if they click on this particular topic, so here they would come to know what this topic is all about. So they can participate in this, they can express their views. Say if they find this useful, they can click on this like option. They can even share a file, say like an image if they like it. Then you can also say moderate and reply to these topics. For example, now over here this is from the staff, and now say you can click on this drop down. So if you want to delete this, you can delete this post, you can mark this as spam, so you can regulate this. You can moderate and regulate this topics with your end user as created. Then we have the drive. Now this drive, say you can create files and you can store these files centrally. So this is accessible to your staff, so they can have all these files accessed centrally, and this is also like, since it is in your system, so you don't have to worry about the security issues with certain files. Now let's see how you can upload a file to the drive, and how you can define the how you can keep it as a private or public, and how you can, while responding to a topic, how you can add this file in the incident. So how you can insert this URL. So you need to come to this drive module. So click on this drive. Now over here you have the option where you can say upload files. So you can define the access, whether it's public or private access, and say I want to keep this as public, so I want my end users also to see this. So I'll click on this option, and select so just uploading this file. I'm clicking on this add option, so I'm adding a file to this drive. Now over here I can also see, say, all of those files, and certain files that I have kept as say private, so that would be visible under my files. And under incident attachments, so there might be certain attachments that are sent with the incident, so would be available under this option. So this is useful while replying when the staff replies. So you need to come to this incident option, and while your staff is responding to the incident, so click on this reply all option, and you can go to this drive. From here you can select the file that you want to add. Let's say I want to add this file, so I can give a URL. I can insert the URL under this and I can send this reply to my end user. Now you can you can type your questions, so we can get them answered. So Molina has asked us a question, how we can respond, say, to an incident, and you can add a file from the drive. So let me just quickly show that to you. This is the incident listing page. Now let's consider this is the incident. Now say you want to respond back to this end user, so click on this reply all option, and over here you can find this drive icon. So click on this drive. Now here you can say attach a file. Here you can insert this, so this would go as a URL, and you can just send this reply. So the end user, when he access this this URL, he would be able to view that file. So this is how you can respond to an incident using this drive. Just send reply. You're welcome, Molina. We have a question by Radhika, where Radhika has asked, can we add articles that is specific to a client? So yes, Radhika, that is possible. Let me quickly show it to you. So you need to come to the solutions and say, while you're adding in this add category, when you're adding a category, so as you can see here, there is the option where you can click as logged in client, and over here you can select the specific client that you want this article to be displayed to, and just click on this add option. So yes, this is possible. You can add articles that is specific to a client. You're welcome, Radhika. Radhika has another question where she's asked, like, say what reply that you're typing. Can we have this reply saved as an article? Yes, that is possible. So while you're going to this incident, say you're on this incident and click on this say incident, and while you're clicking on this reply all option, so you're typing your reply over here. See, your end user has asked you a question, so say you're typing a reply, and once you have typed this reply, so under this send reply, you can see you have this option to save as a solution. So you click on the save as a solution, just add it under the selected category where you want to save this article, and click on the submit. And then when you go back to that particular category, when you click on this, so here you can find that the article has been added. So let me know if you have any further questions so we can get them answered. So I believe we have no other questions. So I'll be ending this webinar. So if you have any queries, questions, you can always contact us on our email ID, that is sales@visionhelpdesk.com, or else you can also add us on Skype. Our Skype ID is vision.helpdesk. It was nice having you all on this webinar. The details, yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Christina. The details of this next webinar, we'll send it to you on the email. Have a good day. Bye bye.